Namaha. Harihi Om. Suddhaspadiga Sankasham Shuddha Vidya Pradayakam Shuddham Purnam Chidanandam Sadashivamaham Shraye Shankarupena Machittam Pankikritam Abhodhyaya Kim Kariyasya Samaya Shankaracharya Mashraye Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Bharati Karunapatram Bharati Padabhushanam Bharati Padamarudham Bharati Tirthamashraye Vidya Vinaya Sampannam Vitaragam Vivekinam Vande Vedanta Tattvabodham Vidhushekara Bharatim Mala Sudha Kumbha Vibhoda Mudra Vidya Virajat Karavarijatam Apara Karunya Sudhambhurashim Sri Sharadambam Pranatosmi Nityam Om Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hitarthaya Tattvabodho Bhidhiyate. Now, the author is going to enter into the fifth and final major topic of Tattvabodha. The first four topics we saw in the earlier classes, or the first major topic is the qualification necessary for a Vedantic study, for Vedantic studies. The next one is the nature, Swarupam of individual, Jivaha. Then the whole creation. Third major topic is about the whole creation, Jagat. The fourth and most important topic which we saw in the last few classes, 2 or 3 classes, was Jiva Brahma Aikya Jnanam. That is the oneness, essential oneness of Jiva, the individual, and Paramatma, Ishvara. This is the fourth major topic. Now, the author is going to enter into the fifth and final major topic, which is the benefit of the self-knowledge. That is Jnana Phalam. What will I get out of this self-knowledge is the subject matter. Self-knowledge is nothing but Jiva Brahma Aikya Tattvam, Aikya Jnanam. We will see the slokam. Evam cha Vedanta Vakyaihi Sadguru Upadeshayana cha Sarveshvapi Bhuteshu Yesham Brahma Buddhihi Utpanna Te Jivan Muktaha Ityattaha. This is the benefit. The author says this knowledge is highly beneficial, highly practical one. It can really bring about a revolutionary change in every aspect of our life. In everything you do, there will be a change of perspectives, and this is the real benefit. And this benefit is called liberation, or moksha, or muktihi. The result of this knowledge, born out of this difficult study of Moksha Shastram, Vedanta Shastram, especially this particular text we will take, is moksha. Because it is very difficult knowledge, because it is not perceptible to our sense organs. And the knowledge I get is the knowledge out of this Mahavakyam. This Mahavakya Jnanam is very important. Now, how should I get the knowledge out of this Mahavakyam? That is great equation. The author says, never make an attempt to gain the knowledge through self-study. Independent self-study you do not attempt. Self-study will not work in this Vedanta Shastra. Not only it will not work, it may prove to be counterproductive also. Therefore, you have to gain this important knowledge with the help of Shastram and the master of Shastram, the Guru, that is scriptures and the scriptural master to guide you. Evam cha, and in this manner, Vedanta Vakyaihi, with the help of Vedantic statements, especially with the help of Mahavakyam, like Tattvamasi, which we saw. Then there are so many Mahavakyams in our Shastra. Let us see few of them. Aham Brahmasmi is one such knowledge, was one such sentence. Prajnanam Brahma is one such Mahavakyam. Ayamatma Brahma, one such. And Sayaschayam Purushe Yaschasavaditye Sa Ekaha is another Mahavakyam. Similar such Mahavakyams, hundreds and thousands of Mahavakyams are there in our Veda. Therefore, it is very important to learn through Guru. Sadguru Upadeshena cha, and with the help of systematic and consistent teaching of a Sadguru. In this Tattvabodha classes itself, we saw how systematic this teaching was. First, we saw Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti. What are the fourfold qualifications? And then what is the nature of individual? The constituents of the individual, Jivaha, that is gross body, subtle body, causal body, then original consciousness, the Atma. Then we saw the nature of the whole creation, universe. Then Jiva Brahma Aikyam we saw. So we have seen the systematic development of this whole knowledge. This systematic and consistent teaching is called Upadeshaha. It is not like Mantra Upadeshaha. Mantropadesham is nothing but initiation to a mantra. Like Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Like there are so many mantropadeshams are there. This mantropadesham, it is one-time job. It is very useful for our repetition, regular repetition, meant for Chitta Shuddhi, purification of the mind, which is a very, very important requirement before we enter into Vedantic Shastric study. Here, it does not refer to this mantropadesha, but it refers to a systematic and consistent teaching given by Sadguru. We have to be very careful when we write a Sadguru in English. Generally we write SADGURU, Sadguru. After a few months or few years, if you refer to your notes, you will see Sad Guru you will read. So let us not be confused, it is Sadguru. Who is Sadguru? The one who has a method of communication, who is a master of the methodology of teaching. This methodology itself is very elaborately discussed as to how to communicate, how to teach this very important, very difficult knowledge. It is like feeding a baby. The mother should know, mother alone would know how much to feed, at what intervals she should feed the baby, etc. according to the age of the baby. Similarly, systematic teaching of Vedas has a methodology called Sampradaya, and the Guru, the one who has the technique, is called Sampradayavit, because he is a master of communicating. This transferring of this knowledge is the most difficult thing. So, with the help of Sadguru and the Shastram alone, this has to be studied. So, what do you come to know with this? With the help of Shastram and Sadguru, what do you come to know? Sarveshu api bhuteshu Brahma buddhi utpanna. That is, there is those for whom the vision of Atma or Brahman, that is the Aikya Jnanam, essential oneness between Jivatma and Paramatma, and not only in one individual, in all beings, by the systematic teaching of Shastram with the help of Sadguru, is called Jivan Mukta. Sarveshu api bhuteshu means all beings, not only one individual, you, me, etc. It is Sarveshu api bhuteshu, all living beings, all beings. Brahma buddhi utpanna, it is born. Atma jnanam is born. Jivan Mukta. See, there will be definitely distorted, we have already discussed. Distorted versions will be different when you concentrate on the reflecting mediums. But we should know the distorted versions are not real. They are only apparent and incidental, caused by reflecting mediums. Reflecting medium minus, that is the whole teaching is the distorted versions minus reflecting mediums is Atma. It is only one. That original Atma is one in me and Paramatma. This is the basic important teaching of Vedanta Shastra. This person is called, the person who has this knowledge is called Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukta is what? They are liberated people even while living in this world. Okay, liberated from what? When I know I am the original consciousness, temporarily manifesting in this reflecting mediums or threefold Shariram, which is in a distorted form, after a few years, the reflecting medium, the body also will perish. Distorted reflection will perish. But even when the reflected consciousness and the reflecting medium perishes, I, the original consciousness, will be there without any transaction. Because I, the Atma, is immortal, ever present, Satyam, Nitya. Like in the sleep state, I am without a transaction. I don't transact with this body, mind, sense organs, but during sleep, do I exist or not? If sleep is equal to death, then nobody will be ready to go to sleep. Correct? After all, who is interested in death? Even by applying this Madahai Pudi in our ears, in our eyes, we will be very much awake. We will not go to sleep. If sleep means death. Because sleep does not mean death, we are very happy to go to sleep. Whenever we get a chance, wherever there is an opportunity, we fall asleep. Because we know very well that sleep is not equal to death. Therefore, the sleep is not the end of transaction. It is a comma, it is temporary. I don't use the medium body for transaction in sleep, but I know I continue to exist. I am immortal. Freedom from sense of insecurity is because fundamental problem with human beings is feeling of insecurity. The greatest problem. It is very instinctively born. Even as a child, even as children, we will be clinging to our parents. Then we leave them and then we grow big, we become independent and all those. Then when we become old, we cling to the hands of our children. It is the reverse. It is the other way around. We don't want them to go even for a day, for the fear that anything may happen to me, I am old and all this. This sense of insecurity alone is expressing in the form of all sorts of emotional problems. Insecurity is the seed for raga, dvesha, kama, krodha, mada, matsarya, etc. All these are different versions of one fundamental problem, which is insecurity, sense of insecurity. We are struggling to earn money, we are struggling more to save money. For what? We feel that money will give security in future. Why I feel so? Because I feel that I by myself is insecure, therefore I need something extra, something else to make me feel secured. Therefore I go after money, I go after wealth, I go after possession, I go after people, relationships. We all think that by having more people around us, we are going to be happy and we are going to be secured in our life. These are all the expression of insecurity. Fear is the driving force behind humanity. There is a statement in Upanishad also. Bhisha smat vatah pavate. Because of fear, everything happens. Even sun rises and sets in west because of fear. Therefore, mukti means freedom from the sense of insecurity and the consequent ramifications, all put together called samsara. So, moksha means freedom from this samsara, samsara nivrittihi. Desire for this immortality is instinctive in all beings, particularly in human beings. And therefore, Jivan Muktihi is the result. This liberation or moksha can be obtained in this life while living itself. It is not something we will get after the death. Because the benefit can be enjoyed while living, it is called Jivan Muktihi. Jivan means while living, Muktihi means liberation, freedom. And the one who enjoys this Jivan Muktihi is called Jivan Mukta. The author deals now. Therefore, the student is very excited, he is very interested in learning who is Jivan Mukta. How to get to the status of Jivan Mukta? The author deals with this Jnana Palan and Moksha Palan in this fifth and final section in the following sloka. We have to supply Sishyaha Uvacha. The student is asking a question. Nanu Jivan Muktaha Kaha? O teacher, who is Jivan Muktaha? For which the Guru replies, Yatha Dehoham Purushoham Brahmanoham Shudroham Asmi iti Dridha Nischayaha Tatha Naham Brahman Na Shudraha Na Purushaha Tatha Naham Brahmanaha Na Shudraha Na Purushaha Kintu Asangaha Satchidananda Swarupaha Prakasha Rupaha Sarvan Sarvantaryami Chidakasha Ruposmi iti Dridha Nischayaha Aparoksha Jnanavan Jivan Muktaha. This is a very beautiful explanation for who is Jivan Mukta. We will see the meaning of the long sloka. Just as how generally before the self-knowledge, as an ajnani, how one has a firm belief, conviction about oneself. What will he say? A person who is not exposed to this Vedanta Shastra, who does not know the fact about his nature, he doesn't know the self-knowledge. What will he say? I am the body. I am a man or a woman. I am a Brahmanaha. I am a Shudraha. I am born in so and so date. My qualification is a chartered accountant or a doctor or a lawyer. I have a family. All those, the relations and all, he will start explaining about himself. Because this is the knowledge about oneself, all the ajnanis will have very, very strongly. Firm conviction. Anytime you ask, this is what he will say. Whereas, the Jivan Mukta, the person who has this knowledge, who has this self-knowledge, one who has a clear knowledge, doubtless knowledge about him, about herself, he will say, I am not a Brahmanaha, nor a Shudraha, nor a man, nor a woman, but I am unattached of the nature of existence, consciousness, fullness, self-effulgent, one who is abiding in all beings in the form of consciousness, limitless as space. Example, like space is a Jivan Mukta. A man of firm conviction, he is abiding in this knowledge all the time. So this is the clear definition of Jivan Mukta. Now we will see the details of this. A liberated person, a jnani, has got the self-knowledge. The main characteristic of a liberated person is self-knowledge. And this self-knowledge is here called aparoksha jnanam. If you see the last sentence, it will be there. Aparoksha jnanavan jivan muktaha. What is aparoksha jnanam? This is a technical word used only for the self-knowledge. In our Shastra, generally knowledge is classified, is divided into three types. First one is the knowledge of an object which is far away or remote from me. I cannot see, I cannot hear, it is not available for experience. It is far away. Like for example, United States, Niagara Falls, Himalayas, they are all far away from me. So they are all remote. Which is not available for immediate direct experience. This knowledge is called indirect knowledge, paroksha jnanam. This is the first type. The second one is the knowledge of an object which is available right in front of me, which is very near to me, available for my direct experience. It is called pratyaksha jnanam. Both paroksha jnanam and pratyaksha jnanam are the knowledge of an object only. That is, indirect knowledge is also of an object and direct experience is also about an object. Indirect knowledge deals with a remote, far away object, whereas a direct experience deals with proximate, immediate objects. Now tell me, this self-knowledge will come under which category? Whether it is paroksha jnanam or pratyaksha jnanam? The answer is neither. Because both these knowledge, that is pratyaksha jnanam and paroksha jnanam, are dealing with objects, whereas I, the self, am not an object at all. I am neither a proximate object nor a distant remote object. I am the subject. Does not come under both the category. That is, does not come under both proximate object as well as a remote object. I am the subject. Therefore, self-knowledge is neither paroksha jnanam nor pratyaksha jnanam. And This knowledge is called aparoksha jnanam. Because he is a subject. He is neither far, I am neither near, I am myself. Therefore, it is aparoksha jnanam. You should never say direct experience of the self, because direct experience is only of an object which is nearby, which is proximate to me. Therefore, a Jivan Mukta is one who has got this aparoksha jnanam, self-knowledge. And what type of self-knowledge he has? Dridha nischaya rupaha, a knowledge which is free from any form of doubt at any point of time. Doubtless knowledge, a knowledge in the form of firm conviction. Firm is dridha, conviction is nischaya. Regarding myself, my true nature. And what is the firm conviction he has? Aham Satchidananda Swarupaha. I am of the nature of Sat Chit Anandaha. I am Satchidananda Rupaha. This particular knowledge he has very, very firm conviction. The details of which we'll see in the next class. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om.